Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to get the new kind of secret Murloc pet that was added into the game. So these purple Murlocs were data mined quite a while ago, but now there's a secret quest or somewhat secret quest in the game, a side quest really, that I absolutely love about World of Warcraft. It's one of the things that made me first love the game. So to get this, we're going to be going to Northrend. So from your portal room, head to Crystal Song Forest, whatever's going to take you to Northrend, you know, for Wrath Lich King time period or whatever. And we're going to be heading to everyone's favorite zone, Grizzly Hills. The coordinate there is about 1888, but it's really even more obvious with the visual here. So there's Venture Bay in Grizzly Hills. There's a lighthouse. And there's a kind of a big fatter iceberg off the coast there where the house and the lighthouse are. And that's where this Murloc is going to spawn. Now he's not always there. He spawns as like a little event. He spawns when someone gets close enough to him, he runs off, drops a scale. The scale is then clicked on to start a quest. And there's a big exclamation point across the thing as well, which makes it not really a secret. It's just a side quest. But not many people even come to Venture Bay anymore when they're leveling, so it is a little bit neat there. So here's some more perspective of where the iceberg is, just flying over Venture Bay. I'm going to show you the way the Murloc runs away and stuff because I don't get to do it. I end up coming on my Druid for a good reason, which I'll get into. But here's the Murloc. You get close to it, and it runs away. Now, it did not drop its scale here, so I ended up having to come on. I just came on a different character, frankly, because I was thinking about it. I'm like, I'm going to come on my Druid. So why is that? You might want to come on a Druid because it makes everything easier for this. You're going to see a ton of people here, by the way, by the time I got here on another character. So you don't need any of this. You either want to have an underwater speed mount or you want to be a druid. So if you have either of those options, first option, just be a druid. Second option, underwater sea mount. If you don't have anything, you can still do it. And I'll explain those parts when they come. You just have to be a little bit more careful if you don't want to die to fatigue damage, essentially. So you won't actually get to see the Murloc spawn here because there's too many people, which is why I showed you it a little bit ago. So there's the Murloc. You do see him talking. He drops the scale. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see that, but I had to zoom in all the way and grab the quest from in the middle of all these people. I mean, it's definitely rude when people do this kind of stuff. I don't encourage this behavior at all, of course, but it is what it is. It happens all the time. So I was able to grab the quest nonetheless. And you will get some underwater breathing potions for this. So like I said, you don't have to be a druid. There's other ways to do this. So make sure you use those if you need to breathe underwater. And for this next part, we're going to fly all the way to Borean Tundra to talk to the guy who dresses up like a Murloc, King McGurgle or whatever his name is. And then we're going to fly all the way back. So I'm going to skip over all of that because it's not really necessary to show that because you're not doing anything. Just go to the marker, come back. We're right off the coast of Venture Bay again right here, and we just need to kill some crabs. We need to get 10 of their meat. Again, there's a ton of people here, so these things are spawning fast, they're dying fast. It probably won't be this way whenever you come and do this. So this is just a bit of an anomaly just because it was new, and the entire Secret Fighting Discord and anyone who follows that stuff was in here, so it's quite a bit of people. So once we get the meat, we're going to go turn this in, and we find out where these Murlocs are staying. It's like a ship just slightly like west of where we just were, and we'll go into the ship, and you can turn this into the head Murloc guy, their leader supposedly. If you read the quest text from the human guy dressed like a Murloc, he says give this to the biggest one, it's their leader. So come in here, give the meat to him, and now we're going to be going on a series of quests to basically earn their trust and then eventually get our little Murloc pet. So this first one, we're just going to head up northwest. This one's on the shore on an iceberg. We have to kill a seal. I think his name's Horker. So he, again, tons of people here, so it was dead when I got there. Just had to make sure I tagged it when it spawned. It instantly dies. And then we go, make sure you loot it, and then we'll go back and turn that in. And we're just going to be going on a series of things here, and eventually we'll be heading into fatigue zones and stuff like that. So we'll turn that in. Grab the next quest, which is just to have us come over here on this side of the boat, go down, and now we're going to be taking quests from the Oracle for the rest of the time. So they have an Oracle in their little tribe here, and now we have to go do things for him. So let's head out of here. And first we have to grab this pearl over here. So again, you can see the fatigue on me already. As a druid, you can just go straight the way I did, straight line to it. There is an elite enemy down here. I do suggest skipping it if possible, not fighting it. Let's say you have no other way to do it. You probably want to come at this from the north, so you're taking less fatigue time and going straight down, grabbing it, and going back up from the back up to the north. Again, if you don't have options of speed mount, water speed mount, and druid form and stuff like that, you're just gonna have to be a little bit more creative with the way you do it. But multiple people were saying that they were doing it no problem without dying. Not no problem. It was like not easy, but you can definitely do it without any, side help whatsoever. So that shouldn't be too much of an issue. For the next class, we have to do pet battle. Now, this is not everyone's favorite thing, of course. So we're heading northeast. We're on another little iceberg type thing here. And we're going to be fighting 2 aquatic pets and a critter pet. The easiest thing to say is just use 3 flying pets if you have 3 flying pets. If not, just use your 3 strongest pets. At least use 1 flying pet if you have it, but use your strongest pets. And it's actually quite easy. These aren't like elite enemies or like, special ability enemies. It's just like fighting a random trainer that you would find, I guess, in the wild. It's not very difficult whatsoever. So you shouldn't have too much of an issue with it, especially if you can take advantage of the creature types and stuff. So again, it's an aquatic, the crab's a critter, and then another aquatic seahorse there. So once we finish our pet battle here, we'll come and turn that in to our oracle friend. And now our oracle will want us to go get some seaweed. So this is the most fatigue one. Of course, like I said, you can be creative. You don't have to get them all in one go. You can grab one and then come back and grab the others. I will show you all of them. I'll show the last 2 in fast motion. But again, in druid form, you can just do a straight line. I took like 1 or 2 ticks of fatigue damage by doing it that way, but it's really not much of an issue. The trick here, there isn't really any trick. It's not meant to be hard. But the seaweed down by, or the kelp down by the stuff we have to grab is like electrical, so it does a good amount of damage to you. So for this first one, you just come in the way I did. And then I just went up, and then to the next one. So each one we're going to go up and to the northwest. Now, again, if you're not fast right now, you might have to go up. So for this one, you just don't go into the kelp there. And then for this one, you want to go back behind it, like underneath the rock to grab it. Okay. And once again, if you don't have any way to go fast, just keep resetting your fatigue. Get 1 at a time, reset them. Most people said they could do that, so it's definitely doable. Go back to the oracle, and now we get the final quest, which is just to kill a big elite enemy, and then we will get our new Murloc pet. So no fatigue here. I was worried that I was going to have to fight this thing in fatigue zone or something, but that is not the case. So just make our way there. And then there'll be a giant crab thing next to a boat. Now this thing has a lot of health. It is an elite enemy. If you have a tank spec, go tank spec, unless you just have a ton of gear. I happen to be on a character. I'm on my alt druid here, my second druid. So it's like a super alt. Does not have much gear. I could have soloed it though, so the damage isn't insane clearly, although I am in tank spec once again. But just do your normal solo spec, if you had to solo an elite enemy, whatever spec you would be for that. And then you probably won't have too much of an issue with it, I would imagine. So we'll go ahead and kill him, and then that completes the quest, and then we just go in back to the oracle and turn it in. So here we are back here, turn it in, and then we get our pet. It'll be in your bags, so you do have to click on it. And then the last thing is I'll just show you it on the screen so you get a chance to see it. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel because that helps me out so much. And then here will be the pet for you. And other than that, everybody have a good one.